Good morning, everyone. We are going to work on some math this morning. I wanted to talk about some of these pages just to make sure we're all understanding what the questions are asking. I'm going to change this number. You all keep doing 481 on your paper, but I'm going to make it another number so I don't give you all the answers. Let's do 271. So the first thing we're going to do is that an even or an odd number. You just have to circle one of those. So we only need to look at the ones place for that. Is one an even or an odd number? So you would circle that here. So you would circle even or odd. Word form, let's even or odd. One is what kind of number? It is an odd because it doesn't have, if we drew dots, there's no pair. It doesn't have a buddy. You may have learned that a different way, but that's kind of how we like to remember it. So 271 is an odd number. It doesn't matter what numbers are in the other place values. The word form, just again, we're going to write it like we say it. 271. Tally marks, don't worry about that. Let's not worry about that. We don't want to make 271 tally marks. Place value, how many hundreds? Well, there are 2 hundreds, 7 tens, 1 1. The expanded form of the number, we did this yesterday. 200 plus 70 plus 1. And then what would be 10 more than that number? So if we're doing 10 more than 271, we're looking at the tens place. It's going to get bigger by 1. So what's 1 more than 7? 1 more 10 than 7? That would be 281. 10 less than 271. What's 1 less than 7? 261. 100 more, then we're looking at the hundreds place. What's 100 more? 371, and 100 less would be 171. If you wanted to set up equations and do, 271 plus 100, you could do that if we were doing the place value chart. If we add it, all we're doing is adding 100 or subtracting 100. If you want to do it that way, that's awesome too. If you can do it in your head, we're fine with that as well. And then the base 10 blocks would be 200. Let's draw our place value chart. That's always good. Those would be our base 10 blocks. So this is a good little review sheet, but remember, you all are going to be working on 481. I just wanted to give you an example of how to complete this sheet with a different number. Don't worry about the tally marks, like I said, because you all do 481, because we have there's a kind of a bunch of pages to go today. So then we're going to move on to the practice page. The target says I can fluently add and subtract within a 100 using strategies and the relationship between them. So the example says 45 plus 12 equals 57. There are other equations that can help solve this equation, like 57 minus 12 equals 45, 57 minus 45 equals 12, and 12 plus 45 equals 57. They're fact families. We've done a lot of fact families this year. So when the question says which equations could help you find the so really we're finding, I don't love how this is worded, but let's say which equations could help you find the equations below, maybe solve the equations below. Let's figure out the ones that are in the same fact family. So if we have 64 plus 32 equals blank. Well, with the addition problems, we know that we can do just the turnaround fact. 32 plus 64 equals blank. And then we also know that we can do the subtraction problem, the related facts, but we have to add these first. So I'm going to add 64 plus 32. If you want to do place value chart, that would be great. I'm going to do this for the sake of time. So it's 96. So, these two equal 96. And when we do the related fact for the fact family, we start with our biggest number always. So we're going to start with our biggest number, which is 96, minus, and then one of our add-ins, 64 equals 32. We don't even have to add them because we have all of our components already figured out once we added them the first time, and then we're just going to do the other related facts. 96 minus 32 equals 64. So on 1 and 2, or on 1, you're going to use this fact family to help you. So which one of these, I kind of helped you out there, matches is one of your answer choices. So for 2, you do the same thing. You're given a subtraction problem. So when we find the equation to help us solve, it's usually going to be the opposite operation. So if we are given a subtraction problem, you're going to find the addition fact family member that is in your answer choices. Okay. So looking at number 3, how would knowing 29 plus 15 equals 44 help you solve? So what have we talked about here? I think you could say, think about fact families and just write one little sentence about them being the same fact family. And then for 4 and 5, you just have to write the related facts. So complete the fact families. For 53 plus 22 equals 75. So do the turnaround fact for addition, and then do the 2 related facts for subtraction. So these are your subtraction related facts. But they've given you the answers already, so you just have to change the locations of your number. So remember, with subtraction, your biggest number always goes first. And then do the same thing for number 5. And then, or there's an exit slip somewhere. In the exit slip today, number 1, just read carefully. It says, which 2 of the following equations would help you solve 43 plus 26, so pick 2 of them. And then you're going to write the related facts for 52 plus 16 equals 68. So just complete the fact family. And then number 3 says, how would knowing 45 minus 15 equals 30 help you solve 30 plus 15? So just talk about fact families there, and we should be good to go. I hope this helps. This is a lot of work today, but I think you all can do it. We've done this in the past, but I wanted to clear up some of the language and the wording since it has been a little bit since we've practiced these skills. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate and let us know.